kiddos. Welcome back. I hope that you had an amazing time creating something that represents you and who you are. Okay. So, the next thing we're going to talk about is how you can share out some of the creations that you made and talk a little bit about them and reflect about them. Okay. There's a chance that you're doing this right after you've been doing some art making, and there's a chance that you're doing this later in the day or even the next day. It is completely up to you, teachers, how this works into your schedule in the first few days of school. Okay. If I were you, before you go into the directions for this right now, I would make sure that everyone has their artwork out on their desk or their table space and that everything else is put away. So if there's still art materials and things out, I would go ahead and go get those cleaned up. If it's the next morning and you have breakfast or reading journals or things out, I'll go put all of those things away and make sure that just the artwork, the drawing, the painting, the sculpture, whatever it happens to be, is on desks and everything else is cleared out. Okay. If you need to pause this video right now and go do that and come back, I would go ahead and hit pause, go get yourself ready, bring everybody back, and then press play. Okay. So for gallery walk, here's what we're going to do. We're going to travel around the space, and students and teachers, I'm going to encourage this to be kind of a quiet time. You could play some quiet music if you want to, teachers, but really what I want you to do, teachers and kiddos, I want you to just travel around the space really observing. And I want you to look for two things, okay? I want you to look for things that you find connection to, which means something that you might see that you recognize. You see that somebody else made a creation of a palette of paints or a violin, and you might feel connected to that because you also play an instrument or you're also interested in art. Okay, so connection is one thing you're looking for. The second thing that you're looking for is something you're curious about. Maybe you might see something that to you don't recognize. So you're curious about what it means to that person and how it represents them. So as you're traveling around the room, you're looking for two things: connections that you see to you and yourself, and also things that you're curious about that you want to know more. Okay. Once you've traveled all around the space, I would encourage you to go back to a common spot. For example, your carpet space or wherever you have your classroom meetings. All right. Now, when you're doing your reflecting and sharing time, I'm going to offer you two opportunities for how you could do this. All right. Students can share about their own work as you're traveling around the circle, or they could give an example of an artwork that they saw and share their connection or their curiosity about it. Okay. So, for example, I could explain the artwork in option one. I could explain what I created and why I created it and why it's important to me. And each person can share what they created and why. Or you could decide to step it up a notch and share about someone else's artwork. So I could, for example, say, I noticed that Sarah painted a picture of her in her soccer uniform. And I had connection with that because I also play soccer. Miss R plays soccer. My question for Sarah might be, what position does she play? So there's an opportunity where you can talk about and share about somebody else's artwork and ask a question or a curiosity that you had when traveling around the room. Okay. So before I send you off for gallery walk, I do want to let you know that kiddos, you're going to have an opportunity to share this artwork with the whole school if you would like to. Miss R is going to be coming around and collecting artwork that is going to be in the black frames in the big main hallway and also the glass shelves as you walk in the front door of the school. This is completely and totally up to you whether you would like to share your artwork or not. If you would prefer not to, no problem at all. If you would like to share your artwork with the community so that we can all learn more about each other, it would be very important for your artwork to have your first and last name, your grade, and your teacher's name so that I can return it to you after we're done displaying it. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed using your arts integration carts and learning the gallery walk strategy. I'm so excited to hear about how this went. Teachers and students, I'm going to be reaching out for your reflections about how the cart is working, what other tools we might need, or adjustments we might need to make. So I'm going to send you off now to do your gallery walk, and I can't wait to hear about the fun that you had and the things that you learned about your classmates through this activity. So, bye for now.